Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Claudia Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is a special bonus love reading for you all. The reason that I'm doing this love reading, this bonus reading at the moment, is because this weekend when I'm publishing it, I've got a half price reading sale. This weekend it's on my soulmate twin flame readings. So if you'd like one of those, there's a link up there to book in. The 3 pages long. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours. This weekend only, it's 60 Australian dollars instead of 120 Australian dollars, which is about 35-40 American right now. So you can book in for one of those if you want them. Now, the reason that I'm calling this a love reading this time is because my guides have been saying that, our relationship paths are really important, and relationship paths are going in and out of relationships on the way to the soulmate, to the twin flame. And those lesson relationships, as I call them, they're really important. They're really important relationships to have. They teach us who we are. We get to know ourselves and we get to love ourselves better. They teach us what we want in a relationship, what we don't want in a relationship. So it's like information collection about relationships and us in relationships. And it also teaches us relationship skills too. So all those things that you want before you get that soulmate, that twin flame relationship. And so a lot of my clients, they just want to know about the twin flame. They just want to know about their soulmate, but they're losing track of those important relationships along the way. So they're looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right instead of Mr. and Mrs. Right now. And so that's what this reading is about. It's about the stuff that's going on for you. I'm going to read you. I'm going to read your person too. So whether you're in a relationship already, whether you haven't met them already, this is the next person that's coming in, or the person that you've got your eye on at the moment. So I'm going to go into both of your stories and see how this is all going to come together for your next Mr. Mrs. Right now. Going into you first. Oh, nice. Oh, I love this. Sagittarius, you're being asked to be willing to be romantic. Now, do you remember when you were a teenager, Sagittarius? When you're all open-hearted and you kind of fell in love with someone and you took it really slowly, and it was that slow courtship kind of thing. Very, very different. It's like old school relationships, courtships, romance. Very, very different than when you've had quite a lot of those relationships and then you meet someone and you end up, just rushing those initial stages, not savoring it. You're being asked to be willing to be romantic again. Get back to that innocence, that open-hearted, young, youthful innocence again with relationships. This is let go of all that baggage, all that adulting that gets you to take relationships too seriously or not be romantic, or, be willing to be romantic again. I like that. And what about them? What about Mr. or Mrs. right now? What have they got going on in their romantic journey, in their love journey? Oh, well, they're not really focused on romance at the moment. They're focused on being creative and freeing themselves up. This is somebody who maybe they've lost their job recently because of the coronavirus or something, but they started off focusing on creativity, some artistic passion that they've got, doing their own thing, and they're focused on that. And they're actually thinking, maybe I can make a go of this. Maybe I can have my own business doing this thing that I really love, being artistic, being creative in my own right now. They're very focused on that right now rather than on relationships. They're freeing themselves up. And that's a good thing, especially if you've got freedom in your life. You want your partner to be free too, right? I just can't be in a relationship with people that aren't entrepreneurs and don't have their own businesses. I can do what I want when I want, and I've got complete freedom in what I do. I've got to be in a relationship with someone like that, because if they don't, I'm bored. Yeah? If they're just like in a 9-to-5 job, it's like not a good match. And so I'm picking up, it's similar for you too. It's like you need somebody who's in the same situation as you. And if you've got that freedom, Sagittarius, then you need someone with freedom too. That's what they're finding at the moment anyway. They're finding their freedom from work. They're focused on that aspect of their lives and finding their freedom from work, doing their own thing now. And so if you haven't got that freedom, you might want to think about that, Sagittarius, because your person's got that freedom. And so maybe this is a Mr. or Mrs. right now that's coming in to get you aligned with that. Maybe freedom is on your path in work, like work kind of freedom. is on your path and you haven't got it yet. Maybe this person's going to come in. You'll have a short-term relationship, and they're going to open you up to that, having freedom in yourself too. That's another reason that we need to get into these lasting relationships too, because sometimes they bring us they open something up within us that's about another part of our lives. You know, our higher selves are saying, how can I get Sagittarius to open up to like having their own business and having like time freedom and location freedom? They can have a relationship with this person, and they're gonna teach them, and they're gonna have some fun along the way, and other stuff too. Let's see what the other stuff is as well. So just be willing to be romantic. And they've got this artistry as well going on, you know. They're opening up into their creativity. So yeah, they're going to have this very romantic side to them too, I'm feeling. So back to you. You've been asked to be willing to be romantic now. Oh, warmth and joy, beautiful. Warmth card, to me, it's about being open-hearted. You see, romance, being willing to be romantic, being willing to be that young, innocent, open-hearted person again. The warm and fuzzies, that's the warm and fuzzies. That's what you feel. Can you remember falling in love for the first time? Here's another thing, Sagittarius. What if your next partner is the one? What if they're the person you're going to be with forever? Don't you want this part of the journey to be as long as possible? Don't you want it to be as slow as possible so you can savor every part of it? You don't want to just jump right in and commit straight away, you know, jump straight into bed, miss all of that romance side of it. You don't want to do that. If this is the last time you're going to experience that, don't you want to savor every part of it? Well, you're being called to open up to this romantic side of yourself, and that's what I'm thinking, is that open your heart and let yourself be on that joyful journey now. Let yourself savor that joyful journey. This might be the last time you get to experience it. And if this is the one, if this is your twin flame, your soulmate, that person you're going to be with for the long term, this is the last time you're going to experience it. And it's not only that, it's not only going to be the last time you're going to experience it, but it's going to be the best you've ever experienced in your life too. And so you get to savor it. So open that heart up and enjoy this path as it unfolds. That is beautiful. And that's good advice for everyone, right? Very exciting. That makes me feel all warm in my belly. Does it you? Does it you, Sagittarius? This is awesome. I love their energy. I love them for you, Sagittarius. So they are finding this freedom in their work. But it's not only that. Look at this. You're on track one step at a time. They know it. It's like, as I said, they lost the job or something. They're opening up into their creativity. They're in this state of grace. Like, they're getting signs and synchronicities. They know that this is the right thing to do, that this change for them to freedom, they just know it's the right thing to do because they're getting confirmation from the universe that they're on the right track, that things are going well, they're on the right track, that they just need to keep on putting one foot in front of the other. They're on this magical path now and they know it. They can feel it. They're getting that confirmation. And so they're in this state of grace, which is awesome. And when you're in that state of grace, that's when everything manifests. It's when you're feeling really happy. It's when you're really in tune with yourself. It's when you're following your intuition, when you're taking those steps forward like they are. You feel really great. Everything starts flowing for you. You get magic. You get synchronicities. You get signs. You know, you're seeing 1111 on the clock all the time. Things, you just feel like the luckiest person in the world. They're in that state of flow at the moment and they know it. They know that they're on track. They know that they're doing the right thing. And they're just putting one foot in front of the other because it just seems like everything's working out for them now. And you know what else happens when you're in a state of grace too? Is you attract that very special person into your life as well. You attract everything that you want. Yeah, that's when the money starts flying in. It's when the great opportunities start flying in. It's when just everything starts working out, and it's when you meet the partner. It was when you meet the partner of your dreams, when you're in that state too. So they are in awesome energies right now. Their life is taking off and they feel it and they know it. They know they're on track. That's so cool. And you're being asked to be all romantic now, be willing to be all romantic and be open-hearted and enjoy this journey. Wow, this is so nice, this energy. I love it. I love it. Oh, now here's something to think about, Sagittarius. Very interesting that this has come out. Here's something to think about, and it's important that I said that. So you've got all this feeling stuff, first of all. It's said about being romantic, being about open-heartedness, enjoying that journey, right? All about your feeling state. Now, this is something to think about, Sagittarius. Your sex life is really important to you. That's not something that you want to miss out of this. So what this is saying is, when you're thinking about the partner that you want to make sure that you include that. So for some of you Sagittarius, maybe you've been in relationships where the sex wasn't that great, and it is important to you. It's important to everybody, especially just like finding someone that's on the same page as you, with the same sex drive as you. You know, it can be crazy making when you're not aligned in that way. It's just impossible to have a relationship like that. Also, the support too. And so you want someone that's going to be supportive of you, not someone that's critical of you. So just think about those two things. Make sure you include those in the mix so that you're not looking for the wrong thing for you, Sagittarius. Make sure that you're not settling in that area. So it might be, you might have been in a relationship before, Sagittarius, where the sex was great, but nothing else was that great. Those can be very compelling, can't they? We can get addicted to that kind of stuff, even though like the emotional connection isn't there, or, there could be a lot of connections, aspects of the relationship that aren't there, but the sex is great. It could be that you've experienced something like that, and you just want to make sure that you can have that. You don't need to just because that person wasn't right for you in other ways, you don't need to discount the part that was great. You can say, yeah, sex like that relationship and all of the rest of it, and of all the other ways that we're connected with each other. The emotional connection, the intellectual connection, the spiritual connection, everything that's important to you, right? Also, the support aspect of it too. So someone that can support you. I'm not talking about someone that can take care of you or do things for you, or financially support you. I'm not talking about that kind of support, although that can be involved. I'm not saying look for someone that you can lean on and pass your power over to. I'm not saying that, because that's not healthy, Sagittarius. But I'm saying someone that can support you, someone that's there for you, someone like a cheerleader, someone that's going to be there for you in a healthy way. So I'm not talking about codependency here, Sagittarius. I'm talking about some healthy support. So this is saying, Sagittarius, if you've been in relationships before where you're giving a lot and you're supporting them, and you're kind of being a coach or a healer to them, and it's all been a bit one way, and all have been about them, do you know what I mean? Then you don't want that. You want someone that's going to give equally to you and support you as much as you support them. So just make sure you think about that in that mix too. So they are being artistic, finding the freedom, awesome. They just know they're in the flow and they know it. They know they're on the right path. They feel it. It's all magical for them now, and they feel it, and they're empowering themselves and they're loving themselves. This is why they've got on the path, of course. You get on that path when you're loving yourself, when you've got the self-love things sorted, when you're empowering yourself. That's how you get on that path. Yeah, and that's how they're in this place of grace now, because they've empowered themselves and they're loving themselves and they're loving the life. And I feel like this is a new thing for them. I think, they were a positive person before, and they were kind of loving their life before, or making the most of it. And from that space, then the universe gives them something better. It takes the job away from them, saying, here you go. Here you go. Now you can do that thing that you really love doing. And now they're like, wow, now I've got even better. They found it through the self-love and through empowering themselves. Empowering themselves by setting boundaries, by starting to say no to the people that they don't want to be in a relationship, by saying no to the jobs that they don't want to do, by saying no to the friendships that are a bit draining to them. They started saying no, they started putting up boundaries, and that's really good. They're a lot stronger than they used to be in themselves. And it's certainly working for them. It's working for them in their lives, for sure. Very nice. Oh, so you're opening up, and that's nice. And just making sure that you get the sex part right this time, right for you, and also bringing that support in as well. So adding that into the mix. Mm, look at this. Respect and be artistic. This is about respecting them, respecting that creative nature of theirs. So, you know how I was saying this could be a lesson relationship where they're bringing something into your life. So maybe you don't have that freedom that they've got. They're just stepping into that freedom in their work. They come together with you and inspire you into your creativity because you're respecting what they're doing, and they inspire you, and then you start doing your own thing too. It's that kind of thing. And so to be a match to them coming into you, you need to respect that. So maybe you're seeing that in other people too, that that are starting their own businesses off or doing their own thing, a little side hustle, making jewelry and selling it on Etsy, something like that, you know and just start respecting people for doing that, people for following their own path, especially business work, a bit in a business way. It can often be that it starts off really small for a long time, and then it suddenly gets big for people. So respect that, Sagittarius, when you see it in other people, and that's going to get you aligned with this person to let them in. Also, respect it in yourself too. Your artistic nature, respect that within yourself, because it's going to play a part in this relationship when it happens, when it's on. It's going to play a part. You opening up to your creativity more. They've already opened up to that. They're leading the way in that respect. You'll be leading the way in another respect too, maybe. So this is about them. They're empowering themselves, loving themselves more. They're in this state of grace. They're having a great time. Really, they're having a great time. They're not even looking at the moment. They're not looking for you at the moment because they're just so sure that the path that they're on is right for them. So sure of it. They've got no worries. They're heard. They're in a state of grace. Like things are happening for them right now. They know they're being heard because stuff's showing up. Things are manifesting for them. Things that they asked for years ago is manifesting for them. You know what else they asked for, Sag? They asked for you. You're on their manifestation list. You're on their vision board or whatever. They know they're heard. They know that you're on the way. They're trusting in that. They're trusting in everything because it's all happening for them. One manifestation after another. It's all happening. They've got no worries anymore. So this could have been a warrior before. This could have been somebody who was like, trying to make things happen before. Worried, poor financial situation, whatever. Struggling in life. And now everything is working out for them. And they're so happy. And they know that you're on the way. They don't even have to bother with looking for a partner at the moment because they know all their other wishes are coming true, and so their wish of you, Sagittarius, is going to come true too. They are assured of that right now. So that's awesome. You're kind of getting ready for them now, getting into this romantic, open-hearted, innocent state, ready for it to be a real good one. You're making sure that you're thinking about that sex thing too. You're not settling. You don't want to be in that, oh, well, maybe I can give up my sex life for the other things. No, don't do that. You can have it all. You don't need to settle. And you certainly don't want an imbalanced relationship again. Sagittarius, you want there to be as much support coming back to you as you're giving out to them. You want it to be equally supportive. You want it to be a partnership, right? Equals, partnership. Both receiving from it, both uplifting each other. And respect your artistic side because that is going to be developed within this relationship when it comes in for you. I like it. I like it, Sagittarius. Do you? If you like it, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How did it resonate with you? Was that you and that them, or was it the other way around? Because sometimes that can happen. Sometimes it can be switched and reversed. There you go. And if you'd like a half-price soulmate twin flame reading with me, you can book in. There'll be a link down there to book in for one of those. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.